Hello and welcome to Inspire Coach, a platform where we build, encourage, and challenge one another for the betterment of who we truly are. This is your host, Naomi Loshie. Today, let's talk about laying our values on the table. Most of the times, we found ourselves in situations where we are probably having an interview or signing an agreement. And at this point, we need to lay our pros and cons on the table, what we want, and the other opponent's needs and what they want. Then after you've discussed, you will always come to a compromise of what you agree on and what you don't. So with this, I'll start with a story. And this is my story. One day, my friend approached me many years ago, and she offered me a job opportunity she had had. And I thought, okay, why not? Let me give it a try. So I went to her workplace, but apparently her boss was not there. But she had left a note that whoever will come should just continue with the job. And I was excited because this was a new office. It looked beautiful. I couldn't wait to start because the office looked posh, it looked beautiful. And for the first time, I'd go bragging that I got an office job. Yeah. And so after day one, I started. So remember, I didn't sign any contract. I didn't say what I would do or what I would not do. I just started. You know what happened? I found myself doing everything. I was an office messenger, I was a secretary, I was a PA, I was all over the place. I didn't even know my salary. You know? I don't know. Is that being naive? Probably yes. Or maybe I was just too excited to start my office job. So later, I began getting tired, getting worked up, because I was all over the place. And I started feeling like I was getting oppressed. So when I approached my boss, I didn't have anything to stand up for because I had not signed any contract. I had not given my stand, what I knew I was good at or what I was not good at. And that gave my boss a loophole to take advantage. I worked in that place for a few years, but eventually I got tired and walked away. I wasn't happy. I was sad. Why did I end up like that? Because I never laid my values on the table. I never gave my side of the story. I never gave what I knew I wanted as the other side of the agreement. And there were no boundaries. I was taken advantage of. And from there, I began to learn the importance of laying your values on the table. This helps you create your boundaries, and people will not walk all over you. You won't be taken advantage of because from the start, you gave your firm stand of who you are, what you can do, and what you cannot do. So that's why I say it's really important that at all times, you learn to lay your values on the table. Be it in a relationship, be it in a marriage, be it at your place of work, even with your friends. It's really important that you always lay your values on the table. Because from that point, you won't be walked all over, you won't be taken advantage of, and you won't end up feeling like you've been used or abused. Most of the times we get angry and bitter, but we forgot that we are the ones who opened these doors, some of the doors. Some of the abuses that we allow, we get angry, we get bitter, but we do not understand that we are the ones who allowed some of these things in our lives. What do I mean by this? See, do you know that you're the driver of your own life? And whatever happens to your life, 20% is what comes from the external forces, but 80% is what you allow that you would have not allowed. For example, that job that I did and I was so unhappy. I kept blaming my boss, but she was right in a way. I didn't sign any contract. I didn't tell her I couldn't do messenger job. I just opened myself and I showed her I didn't know who I was. I could just be used. So it's really important that we understand ourselves and we know and become vocal of who we are, what we want and what we do not want. It's only then that we protect our boundaries. It's only then that we'll fit in perfectly in what we love doing and not what other people want us to do. So for me today, I've learned my lesson, but I learned it the hard way, which I will not want anybody else to learn. It's important we learn to always be vocal about who we are, what we can do, what we do not want in our lives. It's always important to set your clear boundaries and not let anybody walk through them or walk all over you. Because what happens is that that's the same message you'll be passing into your own mind, that your boundaries are not important, that your values are not important. So being the driver of your own life, take advantage, take control, be at the steering wheel, and protect your values. So that's all we had for you today. Until next time, keep sharing, commenting, and liking the videos. See you on the next video. Thank you.